But anyway, I just decided to give up on myself and become a teacher because those that can't do, teach. And those that can't teach, teach gym. Am I right?
Have you heard the quote, "Those who can't do, teach"?
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, it's nonsense.
Well, it's just derogatory sort of rhetoric for people that feel intimidated because they don't perceive the value of education.
I never really understood that, to be honest. I always thought like my teachers were good at what they did.
They say that, you know, if you can't accomplish anything else in your life, or you can't come up with a better profession, or you can't do something real in your life, you teach, which is utterly wrong, because I fully believe in the Finnish philosophy that teachers should be the highest paid profession out there.
I don't know. Teachers can do some cool things too. I had a cool carpenter teacher once.
Basically, it's an old saying that means that if you're not good enough at doing something, then you stop doing it and you teach others how to do it.
Oh yes, in sports.
Yeah.
Because they have played and they've been injured and can't play anymore, so they teach their skill to someone else, like passing on a baton.
I don't know what those who can't do means, because teachers are, they're the foundation. They're setting the foundation for the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's just as skilled teaching as doing.
I think teachers are huge doers.
Those who teach may not care to do whatever it is the subject matter involves, but it isn't a question of can. Not the good ones, not the good teachers. Not teachers, in my experience, they're very dedicated people. They work hard. They do. They do.
What does your teacher do?
Teach us.
The role of a teacher is the ability to impart information in a way that somebody can actually absorb that information.
They would coach you into success in your job, in your career path.
Can you make a connection with somebody, your student, whoever, to be able to get them to be interested enough in the subject material to sort of take it upon themselves and be like, yeah, this is kind of cool.
He's the one that helps them get through what they need to get through in order to survive.
To give you guidance on what you need to do next, the next step, the next thing you could learn.
For 8 hours, somebody else is teaching my kids how to live, how to, grow up, how to be polite, what's filling their brains.
I think of my elementary school teachers. I still remember them. I still remember even my high school teachers. Key things that they said. I don't know. They made like a huge impact on who I am today and where I am and the choices I made through university and all that, traveling, all that kind of stuff.
So the question is, why do you think that some people consider teaching a plan B?
Because they don't think that you had enough professional acumen to actually be able to do something physical, so you had to fall back onto showing people other stuff.
No, it should be their first goal, their first priority. If you want to teach, but you be really good at it.
For us, like even some of our teachers are like, they nursed for so long, so they don't want to do the trade anymore. Instead, they're teaching us, I guess.
Is it a plan B? Is that what people are saying?
Can you teach something you're not good at?
Yes and no.
Unfortunately, there are those that do. In nursing, we've run into that.
I don't necessarily think you do have to be, technically proficient. It helps because then you have more sort of things to draw upon to sort of make your point, but I don't think it's essential.
I feel like you would be a lot better teacher if you had experience, but you could
teach it as a
Yeah, it depends on the subject too. Like if you're teaching like grade 2 math, I mean everyone's probably done it before. They have some sort of experience, but yeah, you haven't done it in a long time. You could learn that pretty quick and teach it to kids. I think.
You may not have to be the king, but you should definitely be proficient enough to be able to do the job competently, right?
What would you say is like the purpose or goal of education?
To inspire, I would say. To inspire, understand the student, and understand what skills they have or some skills that they can maybe even work on and inspire them into reaching their goal and their career.
To shape the future of Canada. I mean, these are the people that are going out in the world. They're representing us.
The purpose of education is to learn for when you grow up and
all sorts of things that you've always wanted to be able to do.
To become informed.
I'm going to say prepare one to make their way in the world.
Make better decisions, to prepare yourself for life, for your future career or endeavors.
I have no education. I only have as far as grade 8. So with the youths and everything around, I'm strong about education, because with no education, guess what? You have no job. You have no career. So that's huge. Education is huge in today's economy and everything.
The education system, in my opinion, is a stepping stone to prepare you for the real world, and you need to be able to seamlessly transition to your career from that learning period of time. And if it's not preparing you for the real world, then it's almost a hurdle instead of helping you, right?
When I was going to schools, I just found that it turned out to be more boring than, I wasn't actually learning from school. I was learning from just being in an industry and working a trade. So
Education now, in my opinion, is more about showing somebody how to do something just so that they will just do it that way all the time, rather than give them the tools to be able to think independently for themselves.
I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. You can definitely learn a lot of good things in school. It's just people have different needs and different learning. Like the way they pick things up is always going to be different for different kids.
I don't think it's just like cut and dry though, education in school. Like I think traveling and stuff is a good form of education, and that's,
Get your education, because guess what? You don't want to sit here. Seriously, it's not a life. It isn't at all. And if I could change it, I would love to. But right now this is how it is for me, and I'm gonna take it.
If you kind of can make some rational decisions, I think you can be successful, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go and pursue a post-secondary education. And I mean, let's face it, a lot of these places are businesses now, right? So their main objective is to make money and turn a profit more than they care about the fact that you have the skills necessary to acquire a job.
Our whole society needs to reevaluate who teachers are and how we treat them. And it's definitely not. Maybe we can do a lot to, make that profession up there in the perception of people, so that or maybe make it harder for students to get into teachers college, and maybe that would increase the level of education.
Those who can do have been taught.
Sure. I don't think it necessarily means they've been taught by teachers. They could have been taught by family members, parents, siblings, people they've met on the street. So sure, I think that's good.